Hello and welcome to the Greatness Hub Indaba with me, Ngwenedzashe Sesemani, your host. The Greatness Hub Indaba is a platform that we bring in people from different sectors of our society. And today in the studio, I'm joined by Mrs. Ishanopa from Ishanopa Investments. Mrs. Ishanopa is a vibrant businesswoman in Rishavane and Mberengwa and other places surrounding the Midlands province. She's also a mother, an influential figure in the community, also a church leader. So that's the person that I'm going to be having a conversation with today on the Greatness Hub Indaba. Mrs. Ishanopa, welcome to the program.
Hi, Gon. Thank you.
How is work and how is everything?
Work is fine and everything's okay.
Thank you for taking time to coming to the Greatness Hub Indaba. And basically today at the Greatness Hub Indaba, we would want to understand a lot more about yourself, like who is Mrs. Ishanopa, what was your journey of life like, and the journey of life in the business, or sector. So just to begin our conversation, I would want us to understand more. Who is Mrs. Ishanopa?
My real name is Sylvia Oromelo Chorua. I'm an ambitious and hardworking businesswoman, motivated by the desire to be better each day.
So why is it people most of the times, because zvamataura kuti ko vanhu vanonyanya kuziva kuti maisha anopa, and ininiwo pandakatanga kusangana nemi ndaitofunga kuti the real name or the real surname is Ishanopa. Maybe you can explain a bit kuti zita iroro rakabva papi, zvinoreva kuti kudini?
Ishanopa Investments is a registered company, and when we were trying to register the company, we sent a lot of names to the registrar, so they picked Ishanopa as our name, but I can say I created my own identity.
Okay.
Yes.
So
that's my trademark.
Okay, so Ishanopa is a trademark.
Yes.
It's the name for the business.
Yes, it's my business name.
So we'll get to that one and discuss more about your business.
Okay.
But many would want to understand or get more information in terms of your academic journey. Where were you born and which schools did you attend?
Okay, I was born in Chivu and attended the school at Mtekeza High School. Yes.
Okay. Then in terms of your upbringing, your childhood, what was it like in Chivu?
I was staying with my parents there in Chivu. I attended school by primary education. I attended in Mtekeza at Mshamatowe Primary School. Then my secondary education, I went to Mtekeza, as I said. Yes.
Okay, so you grew up with your parents.
Yes.
And what role did your parents played in terms of molding the person called Mrs. Ishanopa?
My parents played a very big role in making me the person I am today. My mother motivated me to keep my head up high and never to give up. And my father, on the other hand, made me a respectful person I am today through respecting me. Ngoni, my father used to call me Batete since I was still a child. And he used to say, when I remember I was still grade 7, he used to call me Batete and he used to say, so I think that's where I got the blessings from.
So already vanga vatoona kuti mamuri mune a gift yekuzochengeta vamwe pavaitaura kuti ko vatete, because we understand kuti role yanatete, it's all about molding families, molding vana kuti vakure zvakanaka. So vanga vatoona that in you.
Yeah, I think so. That's where I got the blessings from.
And you believe kuti zvakataurwa nevabereki venyu kuti ko muri vatete ndo zvamuri nhasi?
Ndizvozvo chaizvo ndiri vatete, plus the name Sylvia is for my aunt, hanzvadzi yababa vangu. That's why I said my name is Sylvia Oromelod. Then Sylvia is coming from my aunt, and my parents gave me the name Melody. Yes.
So in everything that you do, who is your role model and what is it that motivates you as Mrs. Ishanopa in life? Who is your role model?
Different people make up the list. But on top of it is my Archbishop Mayuna Guti. She inspired me. she delivered me and she empowered me through today's woman conference and the other conferences that we attend at church. She taught me to give unto the Lord and to trust in God, according to Jeremiah chapter 17 from verse 5 to 10 and Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 1 up to 10.
So Mrs. Yunaguti played a very critical role.
Yeah, she
even
played
in your business today.
Yes,
and
played
in
a very
molding
big
the
role.
person called Mrs. Ishanova.
Yes, sure. She played a very big role. If you can just see Makuri writer Zayoja Forward in Faith, you can tell kuti there's something happening there.
So besides Mrs. Guti, is there any other role model? Pane here vamwe vari vanokumotivetai vanokuinspire kati vakakuinspire kubva muchikura kusvikira pamuri nhasi?
Yeah, there are a lot of people, but I can just mention Mama my Archbishop Mayuna Guti, because some of them, they are just church leaders who take the notes from her also. Yes.
This is the Greatness Hub Indaba with me, Ngonedzashe Sesemane, as your host, and today I have Mrs. Ishanopa from Ishanopa Investments. It's time for us to take a short break. Welcome back to the Greatness Hub Indaba with me, your host, Ngonedzashe Sesemane, and today in the studio I have Mrs. Ishanopa. So proceeding with our conversation, Mrs. Ishanopa, you are a vibrant business person. You are well known in Zvishavane and beyond. You have received quite a number of accolades. You have received awards from the Chamber of Commerce, from the SMEs. Can you walk us through how you started your journey in the business sector?
Wow, that's a very broad question. I would say I've been into different small businesses while still doing buying and selling. My main line was clothing, which I started in Kadoma as a flea market. Then I moved to Zvishavane. Then I diversified into furniture, hardware, accommodation, and farming, and other different projects. The first stock of furniture I sold was my home furniture, my second-hand furniture, which I took from my house. I did not inherit my business from someone. Nobody gave me the capital.
You started from scratch?
Yes, I started from scratch. I even sold, I remember I sold some of my clothes, some of my electrical gadgets, which I was not using, just to start up something.
I think there is a very big lesson from what you are saying, because a lot of people, they say, I'm not starting my business or I'm not implementing my project idea simply because I don't have capital. But one thing that I've learned from what you have said is that you have to start with what you have already. So how has it been so far, the business? And maybe before that, I would want to understand also what motivated you to start Ishanopa Investments, to then say now ndauda kuenda kunotengesa, because it's also a very interesting story to say you started with the flea market. Chichakakutumai chakakupushai kuti now I want to have a business, to start even a flea market, then to grow that to become Ishanopa Investments.
Ngoni kuti munhu atange something, kuti munhu ati ndauda kutanga something, it's a will. Unofana kunzwa kuda kuita chinhu. Ndaingonzwa inini kuti handidi kuita murombo, handidi kuva ebega. Ndaiti mazuva kune chikuseculata kuti if you do not come from a rich family, a rich family must come from you. So I think that's what motivated me. Yes.
So irati iwoyo munhu as an individual ndiwe munhu unogona kushandura status quo yeupenyu wako.
Yes.
Mamiriro eupenyu wako. Unofana kumotivatewa nema-situations ako eupenyu. So how has been the journey so far in the business sector? You are doing, you have got furniture, clothing, accommodation, hardware. But how has been the journey? Has it been so easy, smooth?
The journey in business is never easy. It has never been easy, my dear. You have to respond to different people. You have to respond to customers. You have to respond to stakeholders and try to make sure that they are all satisfied. So it's never been easy.
All right, nice. So what are some of the challenges? Because you are saying it's not easy. So what are some of the challenges do business people face, especially specifically business women? Because so many at times that we find out that in the business community or in the business sector, it's dominated by men. But you as a woman, you have actually changed that narrative. But what are some of the challenges that business women face?
There are a lot of challenges that business women face in the community. And I can say it requires God's grace for you to sail through. You can experience, like myself, I experienced bully behavior from well-financed and well-grown businesses.
People, yeah.
Yes, they bully you, they take advantage of you. They look down upon you. You'll be looked down upon as a woman. You can also, I suffered pressure from the community. It's not easy for a woman to be accepted. They want to know, who is she married, who is backing her up, where is she getting the finances from? A lot of questions comes through. What I can just say on is men must just know that being a woman does not mean that you cannot build an empire.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I think that's a notion in our community to say everyone who is successful, especially in this context or in this economic crisis that we are having. When you become successful, people would say maybe there is someone from the government who is helping that business.
Sure. Yeah, sure.
But I'm happy that you as a woman, you have changed that narrative.
Yes.
So now you are doing quite a number of things. Like you've said, you have got hardware, you've got accommodation, then clothing. What else is furniture?
Yes.
Then you are a mother. You are a church leader. So how do you manage all those portfolios? Because I'm sure it demands a lot.
Yes.
You are needed at church, you are needed at the business, at home, you are expected as well. How do you manage all that?
That's a lot of dedication and creating extra hours by working overtime on some days, even working on weekends. And I also have internal team that I work with, which is very supportive. And externally, I get to work with other people, other business people. They help me a lot. Yeah.
So how have people who are already into business accepted you or worked with you in your business? Has it been so easy to work with other business people?
Yeah, it's not easy because you'll be like their competitor. So they feel challenged. So it's never been easy. It's I think you know it. Even us is that our business. Mukanzwa kuti pane machina avhura apo munovhunduka, but forgetting you cannot compete with the Chinese product. But you find kuti paunongotanga something vanhu vagara varipo they are challenged. Yes.
So, and now the general community of Shishavane, Mberengwa and other places where your businesses are, how has been the response? How have people accepted your business?
I would love to believe that customers have welcomed Shanopa Investments and its subsidiaries. When I see customers coming back to buy again and again, that's a sign of appreciating our brand. Their feedback, or good or bad, has helped us to constantly improve as the company.
That's so interesting. This is great. The Greatness Hub Indaba with Mingo Netsashe Sesemane. It's time for us to take a short break. Welcome back to the Greatness Hub Indaba. You know, when you are a popular figure in the community, there are a number of challenges that you face, and people would say so many things about you, and it attracts people's attention. So how does it feel to be a popular figure, a popular businesswoman in the community? How do you feel about it?
I feel excited. I feel honored. I sometimes like it. But let me tell the truth, God. It requires God's grace.
Sure.
Because people have mixed feelings. Some encourage you, and some say bad things about you. Some like, what I can say is you just have to continue doing good. You just have to continue doing your business. You have to continue being a popular someone, but it's not easy.
Yeah, sure.
I can say it's not easy. Ngoni. Some say, Mishonga. Some they come to you. I remember some people were saying, because his husband works kumimosa, so they get loans from the bank. They say a lot of things.
Yeah,
but aumiri nekuti imbwa yahukura. Kana imbwa ichihukura mota ichifamba. Mota haimiri. Unoramba uchienda kumberi. Forward ever, backwards never. Like it is our motto.
Yeah, that's your motto.
Yeah, sure.
Exactly. So you seem to be doing quite well, and I would say that Ishanopa is one of the giants in Zimbabwe. You are actually a giant. So what's your secret of success?
The secret is simple, God. It's prayer, backed with hard work and consistency. Just that.
Consistency, hard work, and prayer. I like the fact that you're talking about prayer and hard work. You know, sometimes where we miss it as Christians, that some they pray too much, prayer without working.
Yes.
So I like the fact that you are saying you pray and then you work very hard.
Yes, sure. You cannot expect to get money from a prayer. You pray to God so that He will help you to have money. Because if you just pray and pray without working, like some people, they say, I'm going to the mountain to pray so that I will have money. That's not it. It's prayer and hard work. Those things, they go hand in hand.
Exactly. I always say prayer is not an answer to laziness. Because there are people who are lazy who would want to use prayer to cover up on their laziness.
Yeah, sure. That's not it. You have to work hard. Yes.
If we talk about Henry Ford, you know, people, they remember about the motor engine. If we talk about Mother Teresa, people are easily reminded about charity work. What would you want people to remember about you? What legacy would you want to leave? What would you want people to remember about Mrs. Ishanopa?
I would want to be remembered as one of the most hard-working business woman in Zimbabwe, in the Midlands province. and who was very generous.
Exactly.
Like the Shunammite woman in the Bible, on 2 Kings chapter 4, verse 8. The Shunammite, I want people to say, there was a Shunammite woman by the name Melody Chorua, by the name Mrs. Ishanopa. Just that was very generous, because I remember when there was cyclone Idai there in Chimanimani.
Exactly.
We donated 5 bales of clothes. We took them from our shop, then we donated. Here in Shishavane, we are giving. Before the lockdown, we donated about 65 boxes of tiles.
Wow.
To Gresham Primary School. When my daughter was at school at ECD, at Sunshine there, we donated 60-something boxes again of tiles.
That's
to the class, to a class. So we are just giving to the community. We are donating. Just yesterday, we donated face masks, sanitizers, those what you call it, bond paper to the police, but we donated it through the DA. So Ishanopa is known for giving.
That would be a good legacy for people
Yes.
to remember about you, and I'm very grateful that you're doing great work in the community. So, Mrs. Ishanopa, you have proven to be a very powerful businesswoman, and like I've said, you have become a giant. And in 2019, you were awarded the Businesswoman of the Year in the Midlands province, and you still hold that title. So, what are the words of advice that you would want to give to our listeners out there, outside there? Maybe they would want to start their own businesses. What are some of the words of advice?
I would advise other women out there to keep praying and never to give up. Share everything on your heart. Don't be lazy.
Exactly.
On the laziness, I would quote the verse from Proverbs chapter 6, verse 6. Inoti, iwe simbe, enda kumujuru, ucherechedze nzira dzawo. Kunyange usina anotungamirira, unganidza zvekudya zvawo muzhizha. So I would say, women, rise up, create your own identity. Don't be called Mrs. Chakati by the name of the husband, to be recognized by someone's name. Like, for example, I can give your name to be recognized as Mrs. Sesemani.
Because of
it's
that.
old-fashioned. Yeah, sure. You have to create your own identity.
That's very powerful. And I was
and you must not go to bed. It's a sin. It's actually a taboo as a woman to go to bed without counting money.
Wow.
In Zimbabwe is open for business, and someone goes to bed without counting money. That's a taboo.
I think our listeners, they have heard that it's a sin to go to bed without counting money. And I'm happy that you have encouraged even women out there to start businesses. Very few women are business people in Zimbabwe, but you have changed that narrative and you have encouraged them. I was having a conversation at one of these forums, Patai Kurukurana Madzimai, and I shared this. You'd find it Zimbabwe. Vamwe vakadzi vanoramba vari abusive relationships. Haagoni kubuda relationship yaanorohwa everyday achiona kuti hazvisi kufamba, hazvisi kuita, simply because ari kunzwisisa achiziva kuti akabuda ipapo haana kumwe kwaanogona kuenda. Saka uchaona kuti kune vakadzi vazhinji vanoti ini ndagarira vana vangu, but I said at the back of that statement munhu ari kutaura ndagarira sadza. Nekuti anoziva kuti akabva ipapo achienda pamwe haana zvinhu zvaanogona kuita. So I'm very happy that you are doing well as Ishanopa Investments, and thank you very much for taking time to come into the Greatness Hub.
Thank you so much, Ngoni. I'm grateful.
That was the Greatness Hub Indaba with me, Ngoni Zashe Sesemani. Please like our YouTube channel, Greatness Hub Indaba, and also our Facebook channel, and also our Instagram as well as Twitter.